Hey everybody. So on this episode, I kind of just go in on just moments of loneliness that I deal with and just the bouts of loneliness, just really raw emotions. But I just want to make sure that I'm being clear here. I'm recording this track specifically on the day of my birthday, and I woke up this morning just feeling uber grateful of just the life that God has blessed me to have. And I have a testimony just last year. For the past 2 years, I've been incredibly sick, and to be fully healed, to be where I wanted to be. I prayed and worked hard to be here in Houston. I'm grateful that God saw fit for me to be here. So there is a lot of gratefulness that I am feeling as I woke up this morning. And as everyone else, we go through moments of highs and moments of lows. So I just want to make it clear, because when you listen to this episode, you might think, damn, I'm just human and I have moments. But I am grateful for life. I'm 28, 20 great. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Please rate, like, subscribe, and follow on both iTunes and SoundCloud. So yes, go ahead and take a listen. Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of God Built This Podcast. I'm your host Maxine, and we are on episode 26. I said 26. All right, let's get straight into it. I have a lot to say, and I'm just going to say it. So I'm in a current season of, and I can't even say if it's a current season, because I feel like this has been a lasting season in my life, a season of loneliness. And I know I talked about it before, but this is like more than just, living on my own away from my hometown. This is an internal loneliness that I feel and that I battle with every day. Like, it's weird because I can make friends easily, or what I think are friends, I guess, but I could engage in conversation with people very easily. I'm very genuine. I'm very inviting. I make you feel comfortable and valued, and it's a genuine situation. But as far as it becoming more than just a moment, that is never the case with me for some reason. Like, I am always dealing with people who just come into my life for a moment, a brief moment, a season in time, a month, a week, a day, nigga, and they're gone. And I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about women too. For some reason, these people just kind of evaporate and, just fade into black. And I don't know what it is. And it was hitting me the other day that for the life of me, I cannot, and I laugh to keep from crying, y'all, but for the life of me, I cannot sustain a lasting relationship, whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic, whether it's even a sexual thing, y'all. Like, I know last episode we talked about, sex and all of that. If I meet someone, right, and I just want the physical, okay, when are you free? Come over, type of thing. I can't even get that to be a consistent thing. Like, every situation is typically a one night thing, or one night situation, one night this and one night, and I don't understand why that's even the case with sexual relationships. Like, every relationship in my life, for the most part at least, is just momentous. And I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck? What is going on? What's wrong with me that I'm only attracting people who wants to stay for a moment? And like I said, this is not simply a dating, fiasco, a love life situation. It's just overall, I just find that people who come into my life, we have a strong vibe in the moment. It may last for a couple of days, but as far as a consistency, that is definitely lacking in my life. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if I give off some type of aura. I am typically an independent person, and by independent, I mean I'm emotionally independent. I'm physically independent. Like, if I want to go somewhere, regardless if I have someone to go with, I will go. Like, if I really want to go check out this movie and I don't have a friend to go with, I'm going to go watch that movie. If I want to go to this show and watch this comedy, if I want to watch this singer live, I'm going to go regardless if someone is with me or not. If I want to go out to eat in this poppin' spot and everyone's with a boo or a group of people and I don't have anyone to go with, but I really want to check it out and just be in that vibe, I'll go. And I feel like I just had to become that way, or maybe that's just me regardless of any situation that I'm in, but I just do things on my own. I'm a loner, and I don't like giving myself labels, but if I were to give myself a label, I would say loner. I'm independent. I'm all these things because people are just so flaky. People are just, let me not say people, but a lot of people who I've encountered come in and out, and they usually stay out. And I just don't understand for the life of me why that is the case for me and me alone. Like, it's like actually hurtful. Like, I think about friends I've made out here and we connected and it's cool, but then suddenly they're like friends with their own friends and it's like, oh, okay, I'll just be over here. Oh, okay, I'll just wait. Like, I don't know. And I also believe that, the whole motto of if you want to have friends, be friendly. Nigga, I am the friendliest person you will ever meet. I will make you feel like everything you say is gold. Like, I am so friendly. I am so charismatic. I am so engaging. I am so approachable too. Like, I will smile you to death. And it's coming from a genuine place. Like, I'm not being fake with it. So that's the thing. Like, it'll be one thing if I was being fake with it, but I'm not. And yet, in spite of that motto, in spite of that mantra to live by, it does not work. You have to say things like, oh, you gotta do this to get that. You gotta do this. Like, okay, when you do that, right, and you still don't get it, what does that mean? Like, shut the fuck up. It doesn't work for everyone. Like, whatever. Who's for me is for me, and what's for me is for me, and all that cliche sayings. I get it, but then it does not apply for me right now or for me for the past however long. Like, this has been a consistent thing in my life. And so I don't understand why that is. I feel like, and I'm the type of person too, like, I would reach out to people. Like, it's not just a one-sided thing. If I want to go somewhere and I have you in mind to come with because we had a good time last time we hung out, and if I hit you up, asking, hey, you want to go to this place together? You want to, what you doing tonight? You want to da-da-da? And you reject me for whatever reason, whether it's because you're not interested in that place or you're not interested in going out that night, you just want to stay in, that's cool, but I'm not going to ask you again. Like, I'm not going to ask you again. I'm not going to, I don't know. I think it's a part of me feels like I'm going to subject myself to ask you again to hang out with me. It's like I'm begging you to be my friend. And I don't beg for shit. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not chasing a man, a woman. I'm not chasing anybody, whether it's platonic or sexual. I will put myself out there. I would initiate whenever I feel led to. But as far as continuously making the first move, I'm not doing that. Like, how many first moves are first moves? Like, I'm just annoyed right now. But I just get hot when I think about it because I just don't understand how many times I have to keep on opening myself up and, going up to people or engaging in conversation that people would have with me just for you to not be there anymore. Like, why talk to me? Like, friend or not? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, I would reach out say, hey, you want to go this place or whatever. And if you can't make it, cool. Now I have that tallied up in my head. Like, okay, I reached out to you last Thursday or whatever day it was, and you couldn't make it for whatever reason. Now another weekend has come by. If you want to hang out with me, then hopefully you would hit me up. Hopefully you will have me in mind to hang out with. And so that's how I see it as, like, okay, let it be a give and take. Like, I just don't want to ever feel like I'm forcing someone to be my friend. Ever. Like, I would rather go out alone continuously if I ever have to force anyone to hang out with me. And that's just me coming from a hurt place. That really is, like, it's really me just coming from a hurt place, because I've been there. I've been there where I felt like I was kind of pulling teeth to be friends with someone, or I felt like I was just not really acknowledged or, you know, recognize. And I'm so sick of it. Like, I'm 27 years old. Today's my birthday by the time you hear this episode. So I'm 28 technically. But I'm not chasing anything. Okay. If it's not my career, I'm not chasing it. So it's just, you know, it's unfortunate, because I wish that lasting relationships will happen in my life. Like, I'm kind of tired of the runaround of momentous flings in my life, whether it's friendships or relationships or ships. Like, it gets old sometimes, because when you get in a situation with someone and you're in the moment, and the moment feels so great that you want that moment to last longer than a moment, right? Just for them to kind of disappear, it's like, oh, okay, I guess it was just a moment again. Like, all right. You know, I'm just tired of that, and I'm done. I think at this age, I have come to realize that I don't have to be with everyone all the time. I don't have to kind of, you know, be validated by someone. Like, if you rock with me, cool. If you don't, that's okay. No, but if you don't, then you don't, and I'll be fine, and I'll come across another person who will find me cool enough to hang out with me again, and, you know, it'll be a thing. And I just feel like, you know how people say, oh, well, don't take things too personal, it's not about you, da da da. I understand that to an extent. Here's why I say to an extent. You know, if I hit you up asking, hey, you want to go out to this place tonight, right? And you decline, but the next night I see, because, you know, people follow each other on social media, I see that you're out with someone else to another spot, like you're out on the town, and I'm sitting home like, oh, I hit you up last night and you say you didn't want to go out. Like, I just feel like, why would you not want to hit me up the following day when you wanted to go out? No, like, you know, like, I don't know if I'm explaining myself clearly, but I just think that a lot of times I feel like I am like the last resort type of friend. Oh my God, this is coming from a really insecure place. I am truly bearing my soul, and I don't want to start crying, but I do feel like that I am the last minute type of, oh, well, let's see if Maxine is free. Oh, well, is Maxine, are you up? You know, type of thing. Like, whether that's from men or women, I just feel like I am the last fucking resort. Like, oh, no one else is available. Let me hit up Maxine to see if she's free. And it's like, damn, nigga, why couldn't you think about me? Or damn, bitch, you know, both. Why couldn't you think about me in the beginning of the day? You know, why couldn't we plan ahead? Why does it have to be something like, oh yeah, let me hit up Maxine? Anyways, I could go on and on, but I say all that to say I'm a fucking loner. And in this season of loneliness, I am highly considering on getting a dog. I never thought I would say those words. I really never thought I would. And I don't want to be those, because I know those true dog owners will hate people like me who would say that, oh, just because you're lonely, you want a dog. Yes! That's it. Yes, yeah, that's it. I truly desire companionship. I really do. I'm not asking, and I've said this so many times, I'm not asking for something, like I'm not trying to get married right now. I'm not trying to get, locked down into a relationship. If it happens, look, I'm just intentionally not interested. But I do desire for someone, to be in my life who I can consistently count on. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do desire relationships that are longer than moments. And so when I am sitting home alone thinking about, oh, I would love to check out this party, and it's like, how many parties can I go to alone without feeling like, damn, a bitch is lonely? I go to this spot, and I feel like it's a good spot to go if you're going by yourself, in my opinion. But this spot is like it's a live show. There's a singer. There's there's a poetry reading. There's like it's a show, and so I feel like those type of arenas where it's a show where you're watching something, it's acceptable to go there alone, But so that's what I've been doing for the past couple of weekends. I've been going to this spot alone. And there's this singer who's there, and she just kills it every time. She's amazing. She's like a Jill Scott-ish vibe, but she has her own style. So I'm not gonna coin her as another Jill Scott, but she favors her. And so, she's at the spot. She sings there every weekend. And I think it's a great area to go to when you're by yourself, when you're going out by yourself. But when I do go out and I'm by myself, I would look around. I'm just like, yo, I'm really by my fucking self. I am laughing to keep from crying. Oh my gosh. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, I don't understand. I am sitting at at the show and watching her sing, and I'm looking around. I'm seeing couples. I'm seeing old, young. I'm seeing beaux. I'm seeing, people who's with other people. And there may be single people, like people who have come alone. I don't even think I've ever really noticed someone who have come alone. I don't think so. I just see it as, oh, there's a group of single people, but they're in a group. You know what I mean? So I'm probably the only bitch who's there, who's by herself. But it doesn't feel like it's not an awkward space. Like, it's not, I don't know. I don't feel awkward about it. Like, I'm not made to feel awkward. There's no one who has come up to me like, oh, you're my, like, it's not like that. But I know it's like that for me. I'm aware that I have come to this place alone, and this is my third time here, and I'm by myself. And you may think, well, why don't you hit up somebody? Why don't you go with somebody? There's nobody to hit up. And that's no offense to anybody, but I just feel like the people who I think I could hit up is either A, not interested in what I'm interested in, or B, don't want to go out. Like, or don't want to go out with me. Let's say that. Because when I would look, on social media, I would see people out with other people, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll just sit over here. Like I said, I just don't want to ever feel like I'm forcing someone to be my friend. So instead of asking anymore, I just feel like I'll just go by myself. Like, I don't want to feel comfortable knowing that you're not here because look, I just don't want to ever feel like I'm forcing someone to hang out with me, like, ever. And I don't like rejection. I hate rejection. And I have, made the first move several times. Like I said, how many first moves can a person make? And I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of feeling like I don't have a friend. And I think in this space of loneliness, I need to recognize that and say no more, which is funny because you would think, well, if you're lonely, you should say yes to everything. No, I say that because every time I go out, I'm usually encountering someone and the person is interested in getting to know me and they ask for my number, right? And I'm just like, okay, yeah, here's my number, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. And it's like, and I would give them my number even when I am definitely not interested. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not interested. Stop. But I would still give my number because there's a part of me, I think it's with the whole misogyny thing. Like, I'm afraid of what would happen if I were to say no. You know, I'm afraid that if I say no, this person is going to, call me a bitch and, cuss me out, say you ain't even cute anyway, like make me feel stupid in the moment. And to prevent myself from feeling those feelings, I'll just acquiesce and surrender to you and give you my number, which is horrible, right? When I say that out loud, it's crazy. But I feel like that's the society we just live in. It's unfortunate, but I want to be able to practice no regardless and stand up for myself in every moment possible. So even when I'm conversing with someone and I'm just not interested, but we are, cool conversation, but I'm not interested enough where I want to give you my contact information, I still want to be able to practice no in that moment. So let's practice. Hey, what's up? I'm good. I just caught your eye. Well, you caught my eye. You're beautiful. I just wanted to see if we could get together afterwards. What's your number? Okay, well, it's 6, so here we go. So if we go backwards and get to, I just want to see if we could hang out sometime. What's your number? Well, I'm not interested. Like, what do I say? Do I say, no, I'm not interested? Do I say no? And I never was in the camp of saying, oh, I got a man, because I don't. Like, I don't feel like lying to you or to myself. I don't care if it's just for the moment. I'm not doing it. So do I just say no? Do I just say, no, I'm not really interested, or no, I'm not looking for anything more? Like, I don't feel like I should have to say that either. Like, I shouldn't have to explain the no. No, I'm not interested. How about just no? Can I get your number? No. I'm gonna say that. Say no more. That's the name of this episode. No. Okay. And I need to practice speaking without smiling too much. I recognize though I get compliments a lot for my smile, I truly appreciate it, but a lot of times people take advantage of that and think, oh, she's smiling because she's into me. She's smiling because she wants me to continue talking to her. Oh, no, I'm just smiling because I'm actually uncomfortable right now and I haven't learned anything else to do. I was kind of raised to smile, and if I don't smile, then you have the bad attitude. And oh my gosh, I used to have like a bitch face when I was younger. And I would always get called out, like, why you have a bad attitude? Why you always look mad? Why you always look this? Why you always look that? I remember in high school, my gosh, I would come in every morning, and maybe I wasn't a bad attitude. I don't know. But my point is, I would walk into the classroom, and this guy, I remember his Leon, I remember him, that nigga. He would say, what would he say? You're, damn, why you always look so mad? Why you always look that mad? You always come in with a bad attitude. What? I just walked in. It's 7 a.m. What do you want me to do? Hi, everybody. Like, I don't know. It was just extra. And I really wasn't, I don't know, maybe I was, but I know most of the time I wasn't in a bad attitude. So I feel like I had to learn to always smile even when I am not happy. I had to smile and kind of make the situation, the environment, less awkward. So I smile. That's a whole deeper conversation because we could get into that. But I have smiled at inappropriate moments and it doesn't make sense. Like, I shouldn't be smiling when I'm mad. I shouldn't be smiling when I'm sad. Like, what the fuck? And I'm always doing that. I'm always smiling. I'm smiling right now. And I'm really not happy right now. It's like, I'm not happy, but I'm just not like jumping up. But, you know, I have to relearn that and reprogram my mind and think, okay, how am I feeling in this moment? Okay, I am angry. Okay, I am sad. Is my face representing my emotion? No. So let's rearrange my face. You know, like, I have to actively say that to myself, because I realize when I smile and give off this persona that I'm good, everything's good, I'm great, the day is great, how's your day going? It's great. Great. No, it's not great, actually. Like, I need to sit in my feelings and recognize, what am I feeling in this moment? Why am I feeling these emotions? So when I say, oh, I feel, is loneliness a feeling though? I think it's just like a way of being. Like, oh, you're lonely. It's not a feeling. Like, feeling is more like, I'm feeling disappointed. I'm feeling, okay, so let's say I'm feeling sad. Why am I feeling sad? Because I am lonely. Why am I lonely? Because I don't have anyone who I can consistently call on. Why don't I have that? Because people ain't you know, there's layers. Like, not people ain't shit, but it's just, I have to actively tell myself, okay, let's stay in our feelings, let's recognize our feelings, and let's go from there. Many times people will say, oh, well, you know, don't cry, stop crying, don't cry right now, don't cry. And no, I don't think that's healthy to say. You could cry, you could feel, whether it's negative or positive, feel what you're feeling. I want to kind of go over this picture I came across from Instagram stories. So I realized that I've been saying this so, like, my whole life. And when I see it kind of put together in a chart, it's just totally me. Okay, so pretty much what I'm going over is, there's this chart that I saw on Instagram stories where on one side, the chart is titled validation and hope. And on the other side, the chart is titled toxic positivity. And you would say, you know, like, that's an oxymoron. How is something positive and toxic, or toxic and positive, right? So oftentimes you may find yourself saying these things like, oh, just be positive, you know, good vibes only, never give up, just be happy. Or I could add another one to it, have faith. Y'all, and I talked about this before on the podcast, where people will say, just have faith, everything will be fine, just have faith. Or even just the everything will be fine part. Like, can you shut up? That's number one. And it's not to say people who say this don't mean well. They probably do, right? But why these sayings, these statements are toxic? Because it's so dismissive. It's so dismissive. Instead of acknowledging how the person is feeling in the moment, you dismiss it by saying, oh, you'll be fine, you'll get over it, just get over it, just be positive, good vibes only, come in here with good vibes. And it's like, but actually, I'm feeling really disappointed in myself right now. I'm feeling really lonely not lonely, but I'm feeling really sad because I'm lonely right now. I'm feeling this or that, right? And let's talk through those emotions. Let's explore those emotions. And when you eventually get out of those negative feelings and get into the positive feelings, it'll be a journey. And I think we need to get to a place where we are speaking into our feelings and we're accepting them for what they are, instead of kind of bashing them. Like, don't say things like, oh, well, you shouldn't be mad about this, you should be blessed and highly favored, look at you, look at how well, God has brought. And that's totally true. But sometimes when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling hopeless, when you're feeling whatever it is, it kind of discredits your emotions when people say you'll get over it. Just be positive. Never give up. Oh my gosh. I remember, okay, so remember the married dude who I used to not talk to, but like, let me make that clear in case anyone kind of got that confused. Me and him never did anything. That's number one. We went out three times. Yeah, we went out 3 times, and it was super platonic, at least on my end. But let me just make this clear. We went out. I don't know why I'm making this clear. I don't think I received any comments saying what happened with y'all. No, but we went out like 3 times. Like went out to eat during the day, and sat on our separate seats. But yeah, it was nothing more than nothing less. And so when I remember, he came into my life because he was just trying to give me hope and encouragement during the time when I was leaving my previous job and trying to figure out my next steps. And he was encouraging, until the point when I felt like he was kind of crossing boundaries, considering the fact that he's married. He never said anything that was clearly out of boundary, but he, like, when he would talk sometimes, his hand will find his way on my knee, and I'm just like, oh, how did your hand get there? Okay. Or I remember one time he was kind of, and maybe it was just in that, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes when I do that, I'm naive and it's dumb. It's like, girl, come on. Like, my discernment is very clear. But I remember one time we happened to be talking about my dating life. And so I was just talking about, ain't shit niggas out there. The ones that I came across, at least. And he was reenacting how a man would approach me and how I should respond in return, like, has an advice, right? So he's reenacting it, and while he's reenacting it, he takes his finger, right? He takes his finger and he kind of slowly, but how do I explain? Like, he kind of slowly, swipes it against my thigh, my outer thigh. And I'm not in the thigh, like, bitch, what's up? No, but he kind of slowly swipes it, through my outer thigh while reenacting this role for me. And I'm just like, maybe he just, he's in the moment. He's just trying to make me understand how to react in moments like this when I meet someone. But regardless, I was just getting vibes that it was just kind of awkward, and not awkward, but just kind of, awkward. But, there was just some out of boundary vibes that we needed to stop before things get any more. So anyways, I just want to make that clear. Nothing happened, but something could have happened. That's why I cut it from when I felt the need to. But I remember meeting with him one time and just kind of going over just my disappointment, my frustration, all these negative feelings I had about my previous job. And he listened and was very, he heard me out, and he'll just say kind of comments like, you gotta have faith. You just gotta believe. Trust that God will make a way. And you just gotta, you're a Christian, right? All right. So I don't want to hear nothing about, God won't make a way and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, all right, nigga. Are you done with the cliche sayings? Are you done? Because at this point, I'm still disappointed. Okay? At this point, because at that point, I still wasn't getting anything. I still wasn't hearing back from from jobs that I applied to. So, shut the fuck up. Like, I get the intent behind it. That's the thing. Like, I totally understand the intent behind it. I totally receive it. But sometimes we have to sit in someone else's feelings for them to get out of their feelings. Like, I don't, like, when someone comes to me, and that's the thing with me, I just had a eureka moment, but that's the thing with me for the fifth time. Whenever someone comes to me about their feelings, whether it's a direct conversation, I'm feeling like this, or not, I am present with them. Like, I am in the moment with them. I'm not quick to be like, girl, you know how many other people would love the life that you have? You know how many people who are out there homeless? And it's like, girl, I get it, but still, you know, like, stop. I think sometimes people, whether they are aware of it or not, they have a tendency of dismissing and kind of rejecting and discrediting other people's feelings instead of recognizing what the feelings are and understanding why. You know, I understand why you may feel this way. I totally get that. You know, there was a time in my life when I felt like this, and here's what I did to kind of get through it, or da-da-da. Instead of saying that, some people have the tendency of being like, girl, you know how many people would love the life that you have? You know how many? No, I don't know. I don't know how many people would love the life that I don't know. Anyways, I say all that to say, okay, so let me read some of the things that's on the validation and hope side. So where it says, you know, for toxic positivity, where it says you'll get over it, for validation and hope, someone could say, this is hard. You've done hard things before, and I believe in you. Okay? And let me tell you how powerful that is. It's like, wow, you recognize that this is a hard situation that I'm in, right? I'm not going crazy. I'm not being gaslit, right? No. Okay. You know what? I have done hard things before, and somehow I've gotten through it. I can get through this one. Like, wow. Like, see how relieving that is when you are fully present with your feelings and other people validate your feelings. The people who you're conversing with, they are validating your feelings, and then you feel empowered in that moment. You know, there's another one. Just be positive. That's a toxic positivity, right? For validation and hope, one could say, I know there's a lot that could go wrong. What could go right? Can y'all just say amen right now? My God, that is so powerful. Let me say it again. I know there's a lot that could go wrong. What could go right? Okay, in that moment, you are recognizing, I understand why you feel like things could go left. Because they could, right? They could. Like, not, sometimes things don't work out. Like let's talk about it. Like, sometimes marriages don't work out. Boom. I said it. Sometimes the relationships don't work out. Sometimes what you thought was going to work out, it don't. Okay. Now what? You know, like, let's not put all of our cards into things working out in case they do. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't have faith. I don't. But, like, sometimes that could be the route that you're supposed to take. Anyways, look, that's all I'm saying. Here's another one. Just be happy. That's a toxic positivity statement. Here's a validation and hope type of statement. It's never fun to feel like that. Is there something we can do today that you'd enjoy? That sounds kind of weird, but y'all get what I mean. I'm going to post it. But I just feel like, you know, sometimes we have to be present in our feelings. We have to recognize our feelings. We have to work through those feelings. And hopefully they will, like, if you're feeling negative feelings, hopefully when you are present in your feelings and you're honest with yourself about it, you could eventually get out of that funk, because feelings are fleeting. My gosh, I'm learning that every single day. Like, I think happiness is fleeting. You know, just 2 episodes ago, I was happy. I was just like, and it's not like I'm not happy. I feel like happiness kind of comes and goes, you know, and that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to feel sad. Like, I could feel sad in the morning and then boom, I had a great night. And then the next day comes, I'm just like, okay, well, how am I going to feel today? What's up? And sometimes when we come, and I feel like sometimes people be like, you got to start your day off right. You got to pray. You got to, what is it? Got to start off with the word. You got to, look. I'm not saying don't have a routine for your life that will make your life better. Look, however you want to start your day off is amazing. That's great. Do what works for you. But can we just talk for a second? Can we just talk? Even when I would pray in the morning, even when I would read the Bible, like I would be on my Bible app starting another devotion every 5-7 days, right? And I could start the day off with that devotion, with prayer, even gospel music on my way to work. And then I get there, and then I'm faced with this drama or that drama or this whatever it is, I'm faced with it. And then boom, I'm hit with feelings of disappointment. I'm hit with feelings of inadequacy. I'm hit with feelings of just everything negative. Like, I don't think there is a foolproof method that you could take to prevent yourself from feeling negative feelings. Like, I just think we have to be honest with ourselves, Christian or not. Like, even when you pray, even out of the prayer, sometimes I still, but then it's like, oh, well, that means you didn't pray right. Then tell me how to pray, because sometimes I'll be like, did this prayer send to, like, the USPS get this prayer to God? Because I don't think it got sent to him directly. It must have got, lost in the shuffle. But sometimes when you do the things that you're supposed to do, things still don't come out right. And I'm just saying, that's just what it is. Things may still not turn around immediately. And it may turn around the next day or it may not. But I think we have to, and I have to kind of recognize that things could go either way. But in the midst of it all, I'll be okay. Right? Gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Oh, gotta have faith. I want to go back to the friendship conversation. I had to kind of end friendships that I've been friends with, that I've had for the past, I'm 28, for the past 20 years. Okay? And when I think about people who I grew up with, people who like knew me when I was a kid, knowing that, oh, we're actually not really close. Like we're just in each other's lives because of the convenience. I feel like as a young adult, you just kind of come to the crippling idea and reality that, wow, some people who you thought were your friends, actually are not your friends. Like, what is friendship when you think about it? Like, is friendship just people you see every weekend? Or is friendship someone who you could actually talk to, feel comfortable with, and it's a vice versa type of thing? I've been friends with this person for a number of years. We had a falling out, and it just kind of, I was right in the situation. Let me say that. Let me start off there. Okay. And she kind of fell out with a couple other people too, but I was like another friend that she had still. And I'm the type of friend where I will still be friends with you regardless of what people say, regardless of what happened between you and another person. You cool with me? You cool with me. We good. Okay? And then until you're not. But she showed herself to be unsupportive in different ways, and that friendship eventually ended. But in the midst of it all, I just thought to myself, like, wow, this friendship could have stayed had she said, hey, Maxine, I recognize, why you would say this. I recognize why you would think that I was unsupportive. I apologize for it. how's life? How's everything? You know, that friendship could have been saved had those words been said. But the fact that it's not said, the fact that that has never been said, it just makes me realize, like, wow, we weren't really friends. Like, my God, who is my real friend? Like, can somebody stand up? Like, who's my real friend? Because I don't understand how people could be in your life for a number of years. You take a huge, step moving forward in your life, and they literally go missing. And you're just sitting there like, huh? Where was this? And I think, honestly, that's God showing me who's for me and who's not. I'm tired of that damn saying. Damn, who is for me? Can you just tell me that? Because I'm finding a lot of people who's not. I'm finding a lot of people who is not for me. And the list is much longer than those who are for me. I can't even name who's, let me stop. There are some people who are for me, and I recognize y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all are dope. But dang, those who are not for me, it really just hurts my feelings. It really does. Honestly, it does. I try to, I guess, not care or give the appearance that I don't care. But then again, it just, when I sit down and I think about, wow, me and this person were friends for a number of years, or me and these people, right, were friends for a number of years, and then all of a sudden, they're not around, And yeah, there's distance between us, but there's a motherfucking phone. There's social media. Like, you see me. Like, and I just don't understand how things could kind of go so far left if we were really friends. Like, friends have arguments, friends have disagreements, right? But how much is it for you, if you are a true friend to me, to come to me, put your pride down, and say, hey, how's everything? Hey, I know you moved here. Hey, I'm just thinking about you. How much is that? If you were a real friend, how much is that, nigga? How is that expensive? What's up? Shit. Anyways, that's why you find me fucking alone going to shows by myself. Yo, I went to this show. Can we talk about, it might be a down south thing. I don't know what it is, but this is my second instance when I had a man come up to me, like, acting as if he's trying to holler, and he tried to holler, and he clearly was gay. Like, he was clearly a homosexual. Like, nigga, if you don't know, let me tell you, come out the closet. Because, and that's no shade, be who you are. I am not judging you, but here's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna be your beard. I don't care if that's like a norm here. I don't know if it is, but I'm not going to just be your beard and, girl. Okay, let's talk about this dude. This is the second guy. Oh my gosh. Like, you're clearly gay. You're clearly a homosexual. What's up? Stop. Like, no, don't ask for my number. And it's like, oh, why would you expect that he wants your number because he wants to, be with you in a romantic way? Nigga, cause your girl know. I know. Okay? What? When someone's trying to hit on you, gay or not, So, nigga, you're gay. I'm not for you, and that's fine. But don't just stop. So, okay, so I'm at the show by myself because your girl goes alone. That's number one. But I'm at the show. I'm vibing. The energy's right. The lady who's on stage, she's singing and she's going in. She did a mix of Rocket by Beyonce. Let me sit this yo. Bitch, I almost took my ass on someone and was, hey, let me sit here. But she was singing. And I'm vibing. I'm into it. And I'm in my zone. I'm just focused, right? He's standing beside me. Problem numero uno. What you doing? I found a couple of dudes you can stand by, not me. But he's standing beside me, right? And he's singing along. He's into the music. But he's doing more than just singing along. He's like singing and motioning himself towards me. Like, oh, like we're singing together type of thing. So he's like moving his arm towards mine, like touching my elbow with his elbow. He's singing into my ear. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Why are you in my ear, sir? Yo, okay, so he's in my ear, singing a song, whatever. And not like whisper, like that's kind of weird, right? Not whispering in my ear, but like singing close. He's in my ear, nigga. He's in my ear, okay? So he's like singing close to me. He's in my ear. And I'm, like I said earlier, I like to just not make things awkward. So I smile instead of showing how I feel. For real. So I'm in the moment, smiling with him, like singing along. Like I'm trying to keep it friendly vibe, you know, like, hey, partner, like, you know, trying to keep it friendly. But I feel like sometimes with people, they take that as like let me go ahead and go in full force. That bitch smiled at me, let me go in full force. So he's continuously doing it, right? Now it's more than just singing into my ear and bumping me with his elbow to my elbow. He's now taking his arm, putting it, he's placing it as if he's been there before. Like, nigga, you don't know anywhere on me. Okay. So he's placing his hand on the small of my back. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? What? Why is your, like, but that's clearly, like I said, that's me internally. But to not make things awkward, I'm smiling on the outside, knowing damn well I'm super uncomfortable, but I can't show my discomfort because I don't know what you about to do next. Because I'm afraid for my safety in 2019. Unfortunately, that's just how I feel. Not just 2019, that's just in life. Like, I've always felt like I had to surrender to the men in front of me. That's just, oh my gosh, that's so sad. That comes from a deeper situation. I'll talk about that another time because that's too much. But I've always felt like I had to kind of surrender to men who will kind of come towards me. And so so his hand is at the small of my back. And he's like singing the song and I'm singing along. And he's just like, he'll remove his hand, put it right back, remove his hand, put it right back. And it's just like, do I crawl into my skin or do I crawl out of like, what do I do in this moment? So his mannerisms are like, and it's not to be judgmental, like, but you know who's gay or not, like, and that's just what it is. Like, there's a vibe, there's a vibe, there's an energy. You have to be cognizant of it. And I could spot that a mile away, nigga. Yeah, you're not for me. That's it. And that's fine. But that's, it is what it is. So he's dancing by me, placing his hand on me as if he knows me. And he eventually starts talking to me. He's like, no, let me tell you, he's trying to be slick. So he has a business card. Nigga, what? Did you just print this out like this morning? So he had his business card. He had it in his, like, he covered it in his hand and he slipped his hand to, like, on top of my hand. And he's like, oh, you're going to find me? Hope you can find me. And I'm like, huh? Like, I literally said, huh? Like, huh? Like, at this point, it's hot in here. All these black people in one room. It's a tight-ass room. It's hot. What? Say it again? I hope you can find me. And then he, like, motioned his face to his card. And so I took the card. I guess he does, like, insurance for anything. I'm like, nigga, okay. All right. So I took the card. And he's like, what's your name? So I'm like, I'm Maxine. And here's the thing with Maxine. I don't know if I'm living single Maxine. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's cool. I like that. It's fine. But it's like, okay. It's like, you know how when you see something coming, it's like, okay, you're going to say this next, and I'm going to say this next, and then we're going to laugh. You know, like, nigga, damn, yes, living single Maxine, and we happen to both have locks. But Maxine didn't have locks. He said that we had locks, but I'm like, no, she actually had braids. But whatever. So he says that. He tells me his name. And he's like, can I get your number? Or can I get your number? You know, so I could call you. I'd like to like go out and we could dance to this. Like just kind of going in and like automatically talking about things that you know you don't want to do this with me. Like, stop. Like, I feel like he was trying to prove himself to me that he's this macho bravado type of dude. So he's saying all these things that he would like to do with me or to me, I guess. And I'm just like, like I literally have nothing to say. Like, what do I say? Stop. I feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what to say in that moment that fits in that moment, you know? Like, I know sometimes with, you know, the Me Too movement, they say, here are some statements you could say whenever you're feeling uncomfortable. I don't like this. I'm feeling uncomfortable right now. But do you really say that when you're at a club? I'm feeling uncomfortable right now. Then leave the fucking club. You know, like, I don't know. If y'all have any pointers, please let me know. But so he's saying these things. And he asked for my number. Of course, in that moment, I'm feeling like, let me just give him my number so he'll just stop. Because if anything, I'll block him, which I did literally that same night as soon as I got into my car. But so I give him my number, right? Then it's like, why don't you just give him a fake number? Niggas will call you right then and there. Let me lock you in. That's what they say down here. Let me lock you in. Like, huh? You ain't locking shit. How about that? So I gave him my real number. And I don't have a Google number. That's too much work. No, I had one like years ago and it messed up my voicemail. It just messed something up. So I'm not doing that again. And I don't care. So I gave him my number and he called me right then and there, got his number, like showed him that I got the number and saved like in front of him, all that stuff. So, but in that moment, I'm thinking to myself, damn, I wish I would have just said no, because now I'm gonna have to block you. And I mean, blocking someone is not like hard, you know, it's very easy to do, but it's just the fact that I have to do that. Just the fact that he has my number. So if anything, if he wants to be a real full-on creep, he could call me from someone else's number, you know, and I'll block that number too. But my point is, if you don't want to give out your number, don't give it out. And I need to stop doing that. Like, I don't care how I feel in the moment. I don't care if we had a cool conversation. If I'm not feeling you like that, I don't need to give you my number. So, no is my year. That's, you know, people be like, my theme for 2019 is discernment. My theme for 2019 is, you know, faith. No, my theme for 2019 is nigga no. Man or woman, nigga no. Okay? So, you know, so I gave him my number. In spite of all of that, I gave him my number. He was just like being super touchy-feely. His mannerisms, his body language was all telling me that he's not playing on my, like, he's not heterosexual, okay? And so, I left. I eventually walked out. I found my golden moment. I'm like, okay, I want to leave without saying anything to him, because I don't want him. Sometimes people be like, let me walk you to your car. You came here alone? Because I clearly came here alone. There was no one I was like keying with right next to me, so it was clear that I was alone. But yeah, so I didn't want to say to him I'm leaving for him to offer or kind of badger me to walk me to my car. So I just found my way out. So because the room is tight, when people were coming upstairs, like towards our way, I took that as opportunity. As people were coming in, I just slip myself right on out and boom, walk really fast and bounce. He didn't come after me, touch me or anything. Like he left. Like that was done. Thank God. But that's just an example of how I don't recognize and honor my feelings. I have to honor myself more. That's what I need to do. That's another theme for 2019, theme topic really. For 2019, I need to honor myself more. I need to recognize how I'm feeling and be true to those feelings and walk in those feelings. Like, okay, I recognize I'm feeling mad right now. Let me not smile as if I'm not mad. No, I'm mad. And here's why I'm mad. And hopefully I could get out of this feeling of being mad, but I'm mad, or I'm not interested. How about that? So that's my goal for this year and for the rest of my life, to honor my feelings, to honor myself more. It's okay to feel not okay, and to honor that and to move in that. So yeah. I don't want to talk about the other dude who clearly was gay, who tried to holler at me. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, that's my goal. I want to, whenever I go out by myself again, I'm just going to say no. I'm going to practice that. And I'm going to say no without a smile. I smile literally as soon as I wake up. I'm just like smiling. I don't know why. But I'm just going to stop smiling. Not forever, because I do enjoy smiling. I do enjoy my smile. Like, I have a great smile. But I need to not smile when I'm not happy. Like, if I'm not happy, I shouldn't be smiling in that moment. I don't care if it makes me uncomfortable. I'm not going to smile. And I'm not going to laugh. Oh my gosh, anyways, I could go on and on. Thank you for listening. I'm so grateful for every one of you who listen. Please check out my Instagram profile for this podcast. It's called God Built This. It is on Instagram, so please check it out. Give me a follow and leave your comments. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear, your opinions and respectful opinions, of course. But, I'm open to hearing anything really and to communicate with you all. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of God Built This podcast with your host, Maxine. Please rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and follow and comment on SoundCloud. God bless.